The quoted passage comes from the Analects of Confucius, Book 18, Weizi. It honors three virtuous ministers of the Shang dynasty, Weizi, Qizi, and Baigan, who, despite the tyrannical rule of King Zhou of Shang, acted with moral integrity. Weizi chose exile, Qizi became a slave, and Baigan spoke out and was executed. Confucius praised them as the three virtuous men of the Yin, Shang dynasty, recognizing their unwavering commitment to righteousness in the face of tyranny. The Three Lights. In a distant realm, long forgotten by the maps of men, there stood a kingdom built on gold and cruelty. Its king, known only as Voron the Splendid, ruled with unmatched wealth and unmatched ruthlessness. His court was a place of fear where truth died in whispers and loyalty was bought in silver. Among his advisors were three figures whose names were never recorded in the kingdom's ledgers, but whose deeds etched themselves into the soul of time. The first, Elon, was the king's eldest brother, a man of quiet wisdom and gentle strength. He watched the decay of the throne from within, mourning not just the blood spilled, but the conscience lost. One dawn, after failing to soften his brother's heart with counsel, he laid down his title, took nothing but his walking staff, and vanished into the misty valleys. They say he became a farmer, teaching children of kindness with soil-stained hands. The second, Kalin, was once a scholar and sage of the highest order. When his rebukes to the king's injustice were mocked and silenced, he too was broken. Yet not in spirit. Stripped of his robes and bound in chains, he became a servant in the lowest quarter. But even in servitude, he taught the other slaves to read, to think, and most of all, to hope. His words became the kindling of future change. The third, Narain, was the king's cousin and perhaps the boldest of all. When the king ordered the execution of hundreds for defying attacks, Narain stood in the court and shouted, "Justice is not yours to command, and cruelty is not strength." He knew the cost of his truth. The axe fell that evening. Yet the echo of his words never faded. Years later, the kingdom fell. Not to war or rebellion, but to time and rot. And when the ruins were discovered, not the name of King Voron, but the story of Elon, Kalin, and Narain was carved into stone. They became known not as rebels, nor as saints, but as the Three Lights. Souls who chose integrity over comfort, principle over power, and truth over safety. In every age, such lights flicker against the shadows. And though they may seem few, their glow endures, guiding those willing to see.